Hello guys, it's Irene here. Right now I'm in Kampala, I'm in Uganda for the holiday. Okay, the holiday is pretty much done, so I'm kind of using up the last days that I have left. Anyway, I thought it would be a good idea to give you some thoughts and ideas around if you're looking for an internet service provider while you're in Uganda, and which one you should consider, especially for your needs. And yes, with that, let's just get right into it. And yeah, number one. All right, before I actually get started, of course, I asked around and asked family, asked friends, but then I did a Twitter poll just to see what the public thinks, the people I really don't know. With that, I was going off what I already knew. Hence, I was thinking along the lines of either Smile, Vodafone, MTN, and Airtel. That is all Uganda networks, And here's a catch. For just the other day, in fact, a few days ago when I had just arrived, my family had got Vodafone. But the thing with Vodafone, over the past 5 days, because they had subscribed to the service 5 days prior, and they didn't have any connection, so hence they didn't have any internet. So that was a big headache at that point. But I wanted to give it a shot to see what the public thinks about it. Hence why I included it in the poll. But anyway, so that we definitely were looking for alternatives. First things we're looking for is speed. It has to be good, fast, decent. So around for average of 4 megabytes per second. 6 is ideal around Uganda, and then 2 is decent, so not so bad. So around that range of 4. And with that, my poll came back with Smile on top at #1 spot, for Vodafone 2. Then one person cautioned me against some telecoms and told me just to steer away from them. And then in the midst of all that, someone suggested Tangerine. Now Tangerine, I didn't know anything about that prior, so I went to search about it. I went to inquire from friends, and they told me it is for the price it was offering, because it was going for 175,000 shillings. That is for the start. And with all these recommends, I'm going along the lines, if you're looking for a big data package or data package, depending on how you pronounce it. If I'm going for a big data package, I'm looking for something above 50 gigs. That is in a month, because these days you don't really get unlimited internet. You get 50 gigs and they slow it down after or something like that. So I'm looking for a minimum of 50 gigs. So I went to the Tangerine site, and then I tried to check the locations, availability, and all that good stuff, and I found they're available in our area. And then they were going for 175,000 shillings, which was cheap. And that was valid for 60 days. That's really good, though I don't think I would actually let it last that long. Usually within a month I've used up 50 gigs. So that 175,000 shillings includes the router, includes the SIM card, so everything to set you up. But after that, it will be 150,000 shillings for 50 gigs. And then that will be valid for only 30 days. So I don't know if things have changed from it, but from what I read, that was what they were offering. And the people at home were quite against that, because they needed somewhere where they could get huge volumes of data, even bigger than 50 gigs. So we started looking the Smile option. Of course, Smile was expensive, so cause it goes for 75 gigs, that's 330,000 shillings. But here's a catch where you get a little extra for your buck. I would say the pros and the cons of it. The pros is you get free internet between midnight and 6 a.m. That is free, uncapped, totally uncapped, no catches. But of course, there is a slight catch to it. Is from the initial package, whereby if you buy 75 gigs for 330,000 shillings, from 0 to 30 gigs, if your usage is within that range, your speed is 6 megabytes per second. Then from 30 to 75 gigs, your speed is around the range of 4 megabytes per second. So still really decent. But here's a catch for the nighttime usage. Yes, it's totally free, unlimited, but it will depend the speed that you get at night. It will depend on the usage range that you're currently in. If your usage for that time is between 0 to 30 gigs, what happens is during the night time you will still have 6 megabytes per second. But if you've used over 30 gigs and underneath 75 gigs, your usage at night when it's free will be only 4 megabytes per second. It's still decent, still not so bad. But what happens when you reach a cap? When you reach a cap, it goes so bad down straight to 128 kilobytes per second. You can't do anything with that. You just have to get either a top up or another package. And if you want even a lot more data than that, you go for the unlimited platinum package. Now that same thing, you still get nighttime free usage and all that good stuff stays, but you get 125 gigabytes. So that's what you use. And then that is quite steep in price. It's 550,000 shillings. So that is the trade-off. Those are things that you have to consider debating on which internet service provider you should use depending on your usage. Here I'm highlighting people who use a lot of data, who need a lot of data. And yes, so I didn't really go below 75 gigs for Smile because that one does not have a nighttime package. So you want to take advantage of all places that you can, especially if you want to make big downloads. You can make that at midnight. You can stay awake for an hour or anything along that route. Yes, but otherwise that is it for me for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this useful, please leave a like down this video. If you think someone else will like it, the information that I'm sharing, please share it with them and subscribe to this channel for more videos. And I'll see you. Bye. Peace.